Hi, I'm Garmbreak1, and this is Midgardia RPG. Today we're playing Centauri Knights School Days, running on BESM 2nd Edition. I have these people with me. I have no idea what the order is for this.
I'll tell everyone the order as it goes. Hi, I'm Zayo. I am going to be playing. What is my name again? Oh yeah, Ashlyn Celine. Listen, I've been doing so much shit this since I got home from work, making sure this was ready. So, Ashlyn Celine. Next one up is Esther.
Hey, I'm Esther. I'm playing Ginny Argo.
Then it is Pi.
Bye.
Pi, you're next.
Your turn.
Alright, I assume y'all are looking at me like you want me to go next. Because I can't hear shit.
Oh,
Hi, I'm Pi. I'm going to be playing Skylar, the android with far too many skills for their own good.
Welcome to that group. And last but not least, Sho.
Hi, I'm Sho. I'm playing Adriano, aka Adri Asile, the person who's got the dream jewel in their forehead.
Alright. So, a quick rundown of what Centauri Knights is, for those of you who skipped our Session 0 episode. I can't blame you, it's character creation. Centauri Knights is... character creation is not the most thrilling thing to watch, I understand.
Yeah, but it was thrilling to listen to you panic the entire time.
Yeah, well, there's more of that in this episode. Don't worry. It's coming.
Stay tuned!
So, since Centauri Knights is a hard-ish sci-fi setting for Big Eyes, Small Mouth, whose 4th edition is currently on Kickstarter.
Yay!
This is the 2nd edition. Don't ask why we skipped 3rd. Just there. Anyway, the broad plot of Centauri Knights, the setting, is in the year 2000, in the far future year of I think 2016. We discovered a weird alien probe on Mars, and we went, holy shit, that's fucked up, and determined that it came from Alpha Centauri, and then sent people to Alpha Centauri and slowly colonized it through nanites and shit. Alpha Centauri is like 4 light years away, something like that. Which is a problem, you know? Behold, a map of Alpha Centauri. It should be on all your screens. Yeah, it's 4.4 light years away. Now, I don't know if you guys know much about space, but that's a lot. Traveling at light speed, that would take you 4.4 years to get there. Thus, 4 light. Yeah. And space, there's a number of problems with shipping things to space. Weight is a big one, or mass specifically. So, in order to cut down on the mass that we would have to send to Alpha Centauri, the solution that was devised was to put whoever's going under basically surgical weird nanite anesthesia, slice them open, and throw their brains and spines into a pod and ship just that. Because it's cheaper than shipping like a whole meat person body.
Basically, just take the important bits.
Yep.
Amazon Prime.
And then either, if they're rich, clone them a body when they get there. If they're less rich, give them a weird robot body.
Or generic meat person.
Yeah, or generic meat person. That's also an option. Sometimes you end up just looking... well, anyway, not like you. Yeah, that's... and this place is full of... The weird thing about Alpha Centauri, specifically the planet Osiris, is it has a habitable atmosphere and liquid, like, oceans and stuff like that. It has all the evidence of there having been life there, but everything's dead. And there's only very scattered remnants of any kind of civilization. Like, there's no cities, there is very little beyond the occasional weird buildings containing, like, fusion reactors, and that's about it. So one of the big mysteries is, like, what the fuck happened to these people? Humanity is slowly colonizing this place. You guys in particular are on a space station called BAST, which is orbiting around Osiris. Or, well, not really around Osiris, it's in, like, the Alpha Lagrange point, but that's not important and none of you care. It's a big cylinder. Okay, Pi cares. I appreciate that you care. It's a big cylinder. It looks like this. Should be on your screens. Bast and some of the other habitats like it do have some flora and fauna in them, but still no sirens. They're all dead. Yeah, and you guys are students at the illustrious Timoshenko Academy, which is the foremost educational institution for, xenobiology, xenoarchaeology, xenolinguistics, xenocultural studies, also xenosports. There's a sport listed in the... you got a problem with xenosports, Zio?
Is it Xeno curling, which still isn't a real sport?
First of all, fuck you, Pie.
Curling's a sport. Get bent. You hoser.
Next, you're gonna tell me there's fucking hockey in the middle of the fucking cylinders that can just,
I mean, you could probably manage it on
get
Circle
cracked
Lake.
from impact.
You put Xeno in front of everything, it's weird.
Yeah, there's a Xeno sport in the book that's like Xeno rugby, basically. It's kind of shit. We're not playing it. I'm sorry.
Is it Xeno beat the crap out of everyone and then throw a ball in there so we can call it rugby?
I mean, that is rugby. Like, you're not wrong. No, it's called Mad Ball. It's reconstructed from Osiris Xeno Dreams. The reason we're not doing it is, one, there's not actually rules for it. Two, it's played in split teams of male versus female.
Oh.
Well, then
with
what am I
slightly
supposed to do?
Right?
My
It's like,
android ass needs instructions for this.
Flip a coin.
how many modules do you have on your torso? That will determine it.
Which team
Oh,
needs
Francis,
an extra
hurry.
player? You're just last pick. Whoever needs
You're the
a
ref.
person.
Or first.
And the teams also allegedly have slightly different rules. So it's just like, yeah, that sounds crap. If you guys
I mean,
want to
as
play a
long as
sport,
As long as I'm not the ball, I mean, I guess that's okay.
if you guys decide to play a sport, it's going to be hockey or fucking Lunaro from Warframe, depending on how charitable I am that day.
Then you have to
Yeah,
explain Lunaro.
that's a good point. All right, hockey it is.
Fuck
Xeno
yeah, bud.
curling. Oh, fuck
Xeno
yeah,
hockey.
bud. Xeno hockey
Pitter
and
patter.
Xeno curling.
No points for spotting the Canadians.
Yeah, it's too easy. Yeah, do you guys have any questions for your boy Garnbrick 1 before we get into it? Yes, Pi.
Is this going to be on the final exam?
Yes. Yes, show.
Is it going to be open notebook?
No. What do you think I am, a hippie? Yes, Zio.
Is it gonna be multiple choice?
No, long form essay.
Oh shit.
Yes,
My
Esther.
grandma's gonna die, so I can't be there.
Whoa.
I've been out of school for almost a decade, and these came really easy. I know what to ask.
It's like riding a bike. You never really forget.
Thank
Can I use a
you.
pen?
Thank you, all of you. And no, still number 2 pencils only. If you try using one of those weird drawing pencils with soft lead, it will not work, and you will receive a 0.
Shout out to that kid in my one class in college who did his final exam with a marker.
Oh.
The teacher allowed it because he got it right.
Amazing.
He's like, this is the most entertaining thing that's going to happen to me all day.
Yeah.
So, an explanation of the setting that probably goes too deep on some points and not nearly deep enough on others. Why don't you guys tell me a little bit about your characters? May as well do the same order as before. Zio?
Gee, thanks. My character is Ashlyn. She was born on Alpha Centauri. Her family has been here for a while. And she grew up on a bubble farm her family runs and basically provided food for people who live in Alpha Centauri. Big ass farm. And now she's in school and she's really good at mechanics and electronic based stuff and knows way too much about plants and probably annoys everyone talking about plants so much. And she has a tiny little servant droid named Fia, who I need to design at some point, but probably looks adorable because why the hell not? There we go.
Excellent. And I believe it's
Aster next.
Yeah.
All right. So Jenny is a good old-fashioned country girl. She comes from a line of salvagers on Alpha Centauri, so she was born and raised here. She got sent up here to get her school. She's a mechanic, and she studies trade.
Excellent. And I believe it was Pi. Excellent.
Yes. Also, before I forget again, Aster, if you can edit your name, because I'm going to forget your character's name in 5 minutes flat or less.
Sure.
It's under the cog, display name, and then put Aster, parentheses, your character's name, and then hit save. And that's mostly because, again, I'm going to forget your name. I will also forget your name if it's not there. Alright. Like I said, I'm going to be playing Skylar. Skylar is an android, and clearly as an android, that means I have to know a little bit about everything, because otherwise the humans are going to take over or something. But maybe they should take over. But maybe we should keep the Osirans that went extinct. Need more simulations to run. Can't just pick one and go with it. Because what if we're wrong? Then we might make two things extinct. That'd be bad, I'm told. Someone may have needed to hard code that, because I'm still not sure about that one.
Skylar, the indecisive android.
Look, no one hard coded that either. They're like, hey, you can make decisions based on simulations. No, not everything is a simulation. Damn it. Everything is a simulation.
You've taken a perfectly good toaster and given it anxiety.
It wasn't even a perfectly good toaster to begin with. It wasn't even a perfectly good Xeno toaster.
You don't have to put Xeno in front of everything.
Alright, sure.
You're right. I need to name my... By the way, I have a complex because I'm an android with an android. I have a Tinkerbell that works for me. His name is Soy Sauce, though I may need to rename him Xeno Soy Sauce just to fuck with Zio. Yeah, now I am.
Alright, sure. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your Xeno character?
Hi, I'm playing Adri. He was sent from Earth, supposedly, because his parents were very, very, very good at researching different nanotechnologies. But his brain and spine got a little bit damaged in transition, so now he's not really sure what the fuck's going on. They sent him to the high school to try and see how he'd adapt. And because he's a little bit naive, somebody, and I'm suspecting it might have been Skylar, wound up suggesting that, oh yeah, you can get memories from these, and he got a dream jewel implanted.
Yep. Dream jewels are one of the few Osiren artifacts that are still I think about 1 in 260 something of them actually function. They contain memories and also allow you to talk to freaky nanite fog, so that's fun. Yeah. So for the sake of simplicity, I'm just gonna say you guys are all on the same floor in a dorm as the explanation for how you know each other. I can't have you meet in a bar since you're all 17.
I mean, you could anyway.
You're muted, Pi.
It's called a cafeteria, Garm.
And besides, for high school students, we probably met at a drinking party.
No.
The fuck ass school do you go to?
Yeah, that's junior high, dude.
Yeah.
You cut lines doing cocaine and you bet $300 on a hand of poker.
xenococaine.
I came from a school where half of my 10th grade class got arrested for being at a drinking party. So
That's
you know,
nice.
Like the same one, or just in
the
general
same
over the course
one.
of the year?
The
Okay.
same one.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's an important question.
By the time we got in high school, everyone had already, been to drinking parties for the most part. So, yeah.
Oh, I'm not saying that we hadn't already been to them. We just half of us got arrested and put on community
God.
service for it.
I was born
Okay.
a kid.
Show got arrested. Gotcha.
I
You know what I did instead of drinking in high school? I played Dungeons and Dragons, and look how that turned out.
D&D, and we were both in the anime club and the chess club.
Yep. Weeaboos.
Mm-hmm.
I am a little bit sad that the term for people who are obsessed with Osiran culture is not like xenoboos. Although I guess I am the DM, I could make that happen. Although, given the
No.
look on Zio, I think Zio's dropping from the campaign if that happens.
Yes. Don't do that. Fuck. What is wrong with you people?
No, sadly, instead of xenoboos, they're called Alexandrians, calling back to Alexander the Great and his fascination with cultures of other places that he dressed like because he kicked their ass. You know, just normal Macedonian things. He was Macedonian, right? Yes, I believe so. It's gonna be really awkward if somebody shows up in chat like, hey man, no. Alright.
Karu, Google it.
Yes, Karu, help me. You're in chat. Alright. So you guys get settled into. You know what's a great experience about dorms? Why don't you guys tell me about moving day and how you guys met? Who do you think was likely, first with all their stuff there?
Probably
Well,
Ash.
Or Adri, because I'm pretty sure he doesn't have that much. He only had what was assigned to him.
I grew up on a farm. Do you know how early you have to get up when you grow up on a farm?
Yeah, also, that would mean that you slept. And I'm not sure that Adri does that very easily.
I know I got there dead last. I got there with a toolkit, the equivalent of a laptop, and my little soy sauce container on legs.
Okay, I have to ask, Arm. Are these dorms where you actually, every single person has their own dorm? Or do you have a roommate?
How rich are we?
How cruel am I?
No. The answer is how rich are we? Because if we're super rich, then there's enough room for everyone to have their own dorm.
This is one of the most prestigious schools, although most of that prestige comes from the university half of the campus, more so than the high school part.
Then
The
roommate.
Yeah.
Roommate.
If
College,
you get into
no
the
roommate.
Yeah, if you get into the college, then you don't have to deal with an asshole roommate anymore.
I was
My
thinking
roommate.
I was thinking communal like kitchen and bathroom by individual rooms.
Yeah,
That works.
like a suite.
Yeah.
That's what
Alright.
I lived in sophomore year.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. No one's doing dishes.
I mean, you're not doing dishes. You're a fucking robot.
No, just lasering bacteria. It'll be
I don't
fine.
think it works that way.
But do you know enough to tell me it won't?
Alright. So Adri, it takes you a little while to find the dorms, but when you get there and find your assigned room, there is a. Can you describe Ash for me a bit, Zio? I don't want to say there's a hick there for you.
But there's a hit there for you.
I haven't designed this character yet. Darn, why do you do this to me?
There is some sort of human there. She doesn't look unfriendly.
Does she?
I know, I'm just gonna keep throwing negatives into the sentence until it works.
She She looks approachable, I guess.
Do you have a piece of wheat sticking out of your mouth at all times?
No.
Straw hat.
No.
Sure.
This game's meant to emulate 1990s anime, which means you definitely speak with an Osaka accent. I'm surprised. I really expected somebody to shout weeaboo at that. But I suppose that's a foregone conclusion at this point.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Adri, you show up to your dorm and there is a approachable looking girl unpacking stuff. What would you like to do?
Oh, hi. I'm Adri. I guess we're roommates? And I double check the door to make sure that the number's right.
We each have our own room, so that technically wouldn't be a roommate.
Oh, thank God. I'm not a very good
Sweet
sleeper.
mate.
It took me a second to realize what you meant. You weren't just approving in a very Australian way. I might have some audio processing issues.
Might.
It's alright.
Sweet night.
Oh, man.
Also, Karu has decided to call you a weeaboo.
Thanks, but also hurtful. That's not the side my heart's on.
No, it isn't.
Hurt.
Garm.
It
So
could be.
hurtful.
There's a 0.02% chance it's there. I haven't been dissected.
0.01.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, look at you, science.
Look at me,
Show.
bullshitter.
Oh, you're
0.05 is good enough.
Thank you, Aster. I'm glad somebody isn't just fucking with me. I hope you're not fucking with me.
Please be fucking with him.
Please be fucking with him.
It's just so much fun.
Who can say?
Also, thank you, Pi, for finding out where Alexander was actually from. I thought it was Macedonia. Anyway. So, yeah, Zio, there's a guy with a fucking big-ass jewel in his head.
Yep.
Would I
You've probably...
Would I know what that is?
You're from the place you're from is about as backwater as it gets in, Osiris, right?
I don't know how important or how... I don't know how important these bubble farms are. This is kind of far in space and shit.
Yeah, I mean, you're fairly important, but...
Is it one of those, though, that you go into the settlements a bunch with what you've got, or do people come and check on you and see what you've got?
The reason I know how to pilot is because I actually help with the deliveries.
Alright, so you're probably a bit out of the way so that over time you'll have room to expand and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You've probably heard of something like this. As far as you're aware, it's mostly a fashion choice from people who are really obsessed with Osiris culture and that kind of stuff. It's the kind of thing that weirdos and big city folk sometimes take on as a kind of affectation. You were probably warned that people up on Bass tend to have that kind of thing. Whether your family was positive about that or not, I'm not sure.
Not sure either.
It's roughly equivalent to, somebody with a crap ton of piercings when you come to the big city from a small town here.
Okay. Okay.
Except that they might also be witches. Actually witches, not I'm gonna scream and summon Jesus or whatever. Look, I've had some experiences with people in the city, okay? Somebody threatened to summon Jesus and Satan to kick my ass once.
Wait, that wasn't from Shithole Hometown? Because that sounds like Shithole Hometown.
No, that was a drunk lady up here in the city.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's amazing. I expected that to be Shithole Hometown.
Okay.
So,
Drunk people are amazing.
they are true wonders of this world.
So, he looks odd as hell.
Yeah. Pale skin, white hair, blue eyes, and a matching blue jewel right in the center of his forehead.
Alright, so I'm guessing you're new here. which means you're probably one of my classmates at some point, aren't you?
Probably.
Okay. I'm really hoping not everyone looks as odd as you, no offense, but
That's okay.
alright, at least you're chill enough.
I mean,
Do we see...
I'm a little cold.
Yeah, alright.
Ash just shakes her head and walks away to keep unpacking.
Alright, Jenny, this is probably right around when you show up.
All right. Zio, can you remind me what your character looks like?
I don't know.
She hadn't done that yet.
I haven't designed
Just
the
checking.
character. You know what?
Yeah.
Fuck it, because I'm probably gonna... I have a couple ideas in my head. She probably has red hair, bluish green eyes, relatively tall. Actually, oh yeah, fuck. I actually decided her height. She is tall as hell. She's 6'2", so and oh my god, she's a foot taller than Adri.
I mean, to be fair, 6'2" is pretty tall.
Probably pretty tan skin. Like she's out working pretty often.
All right. So
Haru.
pulling up to YouTube.
What?
Sorry, Esther?
So pulling up into YouTube, you see a 5'8" black-haired girl with an orange trucker hat and a large body bag-shaped sack draped over her back. She gets dropped off by some kind of rusted jalopy, Xeno jalopy, and walks up to you. Hey, is this where the rooms are?
Ash thinks for a second, looks around at all the doors, and then looks back and is like, yep, pretty sure.
Cool. I'm Jenny. Who are you?
Ashlyn.
Nice to meet you, Ash. And I'm going to turn around and see you.
Hi,
And
I'm Adri.
she's just going to keep staring at you and kind of scowl a bit. Oh, there's one of y'all here. Fucking.
Oh.
Look, just keep your weird glass head gem away from me. I'm not.
At this point, I turn back to where my room has started to unpack itself, start waving my hands. No, put that down. And then all of the stuff that's floating in the air kind of just drops.
How did you do that? Was you saw that, right? What?
I don't know.
Is it
You
foggy
absolutely
in
know.
here?
I'm asking this person.
The fog's kind of everywhere. You were reasonably certain that at all times you were breathing in fog. There's less of it on Bass than there is on Osiris proper. If you were to look out the windows of this place, you would not be able to see more than about 3 kilometers because of fog. I almost called it xenofog, but that's not.
I mean, it kind of is. It's not regular fog.
Yeah, it's nanites.
What's your name?
I'm Adri. And then I'm just going to stick up my hand. Because I'm told people do that.
She's going to kind of grab the back strap across her chest a little tighter and like, all right, I'm going to go up. And she's going to go into her college room door and close the door. Gotta play the adolescent.
Oh, I'm going to droop because, she doesn't like me much, does she?
No friendship for you. Hey, Skylar, You
Yes.
you probably finally amble your way up to the dorms at this point. I'm assuming you guys are in like some
I
kind
do
of
not
tower, but
amble. I walk purposefully.
You stride?
you don't saunter.
Goodness no, that's hell on joints.
Worth it.
So in terms of like appearance, I'm not like metallic or anything. It's like flesh tone color ish. Probably on the paler side, because it's, well, I would say it's easier, but it's more of a pain because it shows the dirt more. But like if I'm not wearing long sleeve shirts, you can tell that all the joints are kind of like ball jointed dolls, where it's like, that's, huh. But so who's still in the main room?
Hi.
Ash and Adri.
Mhm.
Yeah. AG's probably pouting at this point.
Pat, 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 pat.
Humans. Subjects. Hello.
Oh, hi!
Are you broken? Are you still broken? And I look at Adri.
But,
He's sad.
you think if this wasn't visible, then she'd like me more? And then I'm
She?
just gonna...
What did you do? And I look at Ashlyn.
I didn't do anything. It's the one in that room who's closed the door already.
I'm just going to kind of wave a hand across my forehead, and a bit of static appears, and then the gem kind of fades away.
That's not happening. You're not getting out of it that easily.
Yeah, for a minute, and then it just probably pops back in.
Yeah, you could like. It would look more like you got a very big growth on your head if you were trying to cover it in like skin-colored nanites.
I mean,
Don't worry, Pat. I have heard that acne is not that bad.
Also, show.
What?
If you wanted the magic, you had to suffer the consequences.
Oh, I know.
Suffer.
I didn't expect it to actually stay that way.
I'm watching you.
God, how much of a dick am I?
Scale of 1 to 10? 12?
A 9.
Right. Yeah, all right. So, how country do you look at the moment, Ash? Like, just from moving in.
I would say at least a bit. Like, she's trying not to be that obvious. Like, come on, she knew she was coming to this school.
But you've still probably got like the kind of equipment you would, the kind of stuff you would need if like your air car had broken down on the way or something. Like,
oh yeah, she is absolutely a mechanic. She is a mechanic shit.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have a cowboy hat?
No, because I can't draw those properly. But her, her little servant droid is probably still on her shoulder just watching everything. I need to design it. All I know is it's going to probably be adorable once I design it.
I put mine in Centauri Knights Discord. Or at least the beginnings of it. And I'm just going to look at you and say, worry not. If you are broken, and, well, I suppose your small friend, you could fix yourself. But I am versed enough to be able to tutor you in several subjects. And I go on this 5-minute rant just listing shit.
I'm guessing all your skills.
And among them are things like, botany, ecology, things that you might actually need tutoring in. And some of them are more like bypassing security systems. And,
Nod.
Meanwhile, Ash is just watching. Is like, I know a lot about botany and ecology. Thank you very much, and I think I'm quite fine with most of the other things you listed between Fia and I. So, thank you, but I think I'm good. Also, that is quite the range of skills you have.
Yes.
What are you?
I must have. So I do the equivalent of like taking my shirt and looking at the tag and just going like, and I put it here somewhere. Yes. Version 2317, Android. Made for simulations. To finally settle the Alexandrite issue. Or non-issue. Perhaps it is not an issue.
Huh. Okay.
Either way, providing data so that we may determine if we should aid in the reconstruction of Osiris society or leave it as is, and what do we need to do differently so that we do not become the next Osiris society. And then we will only be able to see 1 kilometer. Because I only imagine that we'd all turn into like nanites at some point if we all went extinct. And then we really can't see shit.
I'm just gonna say, you are an interesting person. Awesome.
And you, I'm going to glare at Jenny's door. You will have to start groveling if you want any help with your homework.
As you say that, the door slams wide open and she steps out. And who are you?
Roommate number 3,
Unperceptive.
roommate number
Check.
4.
You can swear, it's fine.
She's gonna see the joints on your arm and be like, "Oh, it's a bucket. How you doing?"
Did you know that buckets can carry shit and be poured on top of other things?
It's their primary function. How are your commander?
I'm glad that you know this. We will get very well acquainted.
Oh, this is good.
And I'm going to take the door across the hall from hers.
I mean, you were here last. You had to pick the last door.
See, it was out of my control. Yes, Carm. May I help you?
Can I just say this is absolutely
consistently.
This is absolutely starting off like the first episode of the anime in the 90s.
I am very glad. Should we try to kill a mosquito or something?
No.
Okay.
Maybe you should be. So I imagine it more like a square of rooms. So you've got like the furthest one of them's got Adri, one of them has Ash. Who's got the room next to Jenny?
Okay, here's a question. Okay, so Ash was in first. Would Adri have gone to the one across from Ash or beside Ash? Because that would basically determine.
Did she go closer to the door of the suite, or did she go further away from the suite, from the door of the suite?
You want the one closer to the bathroom or the furthest from the bathroom?
Honestly, she was here first. She picked the one closest to the bathroom.
So in the front, then.
Okay, then beside hers, because I picked one furthest away from the general entrance.
Okay, so that would mean... God, that would mean Jenny and...
Jenny and Adri are across the hall from each other unless Jenny purposefully went there and went, and then moved.
But either way, that means Jenny and Sky are neighbors.
If you guys want to draw if you guys want to draw the dorm, you are perfectly welcome to. I've given you a page for it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Have you?
I think I dragged you guys to a page.
You did. To a blank sheet.
You mean like map-wise?
Yeah.
It's white on white. I can't really tell what the border is.
All right.
There we go.
I don't know who's drawing it, but someone put where the entrance and the bathroom is, since that's apparently
I'll do some drawing.
how we can
Tho-
figure out how this is
tho-
oriented.
Those are the two most important parts of any home.
That's a lie.
Alright,
You
kids.
need the outlet. You need the outlets and the internet.
Right.
plug.
The alpha web, in this case, since it's technically a separate thing from the Earth internet. Which is much more
Is
freaky.
it the extranet?
Alas. It's officially called the alpha web. Sorry.
Not Xenoweb?
For the sake of Zero sanity, no. It's also
That's a
not the
lost
outer.
cause.
It's also not the outer net, although that was a adequate young adult series.
Is that all one word? AlphaNet.
Alpha web, but
Alpha
yes.
Web. Bubble blags.
Earth internet is weirder. Imagine Google, but more AI, and Facebook, but more AI, and imagine Siri and Cortana are everything, and then you basically have Earth internet. Here it's a bit.
God, they had babies.
Here it's about more equivalent to what you and I would have. There are AI in this system, Skylar, for example, but they haven't taken over the entirety of the internet to quite the same degree. A lot of people kind of fled to Alpha Centauri because, they worried about all the fucking machines on Earth. It's a real problem. What about Bandana?
Also, is there a kitchen or a kitchenette in here?
I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. There's probably also a cafeteria somewhere, but yes, there is a.
So it's got a sink, a microwave, a toaster, and a hot water tap so you can make ramen. I got you.
And a hot. If one of you brought a hot plate, also a hot plate.
Those aren't allowed in dorms.
I totally brought one.
That doesn't surprise me. They're
Listen,
still
it's
not allowed.
cheaper to cook yourself.
I've got a camping
Yeah.
stove.
So you do it like smart people and you steal the burners from the labs.
Are you speaking from experience there, Pi?
No, I'm not touching anything that came from there.
Bunsen would cry.
We did,
I can't-
however, take the giant 5-gallon things of ice cream from the dorm. They barely fit in freezers. Yes, Garm. Did you not know I had other college stories other than we had one of every single console?
I just didn't expect cooking on Bunsen burners to come up. Although I did cook marshmallows over a stove
Look,
repeatedly in my
nobody
life.
had money for anything fancy. We returned them after we were done.
Yeah, the rules say no hot plates, not no Bunsen burners.
Or camping stoves.
My dorm continuously smelled like weed.
That's the natural state of dorms, I'm afraid.
Xenoweed.
Well, that and burnt popcorn.
Alright, so now that you've gotten well acquainted might be an overstatement, but all met each other. In your rooms you have fairly basic shit. There's a bed, a desk, a mediocre chair, and a full set of uniforms. I would ask Zio to show them on screen, but she is currently drawing your lovely dorm. She also drew the lovely uniforms, which you guys will see eventually. I almost said she's a very good drawer, but I know she would physically kill me the next time I see her. She's a very good artist. She's already given me the death glare.
More like the side eye at this point.
Yep. Alright, well, congratulations on not killing each other before class. I am very proud of all of you and your conflict resolution skills. Except maybe Jenny.
Wow.
But we'll get there.
Everyone's got a journey.
Yep. You don't just show up to grade 12 as a good person. That's just not how it works.
Oh no, no. Everyone should be a lot more horrible. But I'm sure we'll be blowing things up later.
Intentionally or otherwise, yes, I am absolutely certain you will be.
Now, who said things belong to is going to be dependent on a lot of things.
Yeah, I believe in all of you. Anyway,
Oh, I have a very important question, Garm.
yes, Pi.
How do these doors open? The doors
it's
to our rooms.
It's the future, so I'm gonna assume they Star Trek open.
Nice.
With the sound effect and everything.
So, like,
Absolutely.
slide open?
Yeah.
That makes Jenny slamming the door a lot funny.
No, you can slam those open. You put your hand and bam, and then you just gotta keep it from bouncing back and hitting you in the head.
Yeah, if they're not automatic, you can still.
You can still open them. It's just
Yeah.
they also allow for, walking in while your arms are full. Do we have windows?
Sure, you know what? Let's put you on, like, the 5th floor or something.
We can have windows on the first floor, first of all.
You can't.
Yeah, seriously.
Fight me.
Put up my dukes and she doesn't even notice. I feel so insulted.
Who's this guy?
Oh.
Still not the side my heart's on. Anyway, yes, you have windows. This is not the least prestigious academy in the world. Let me.
How big of stuff fits through these windows?
Uh-oh.
You could theoretically throw a person through it if they went head first.
Excellent.
I know that's where that line of questioning's going.
No.
Oh, okay.
You made the smarter decision with the door.
I don't know what to do about. All right, yeah, you guys have. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what the hell your this entire building looks like. It's probably like 4 of these suites to a level or something. With like
Stairwell
a little
or whatever in the middle.
Yeah, like stairwell, elevator, lobby-ish area. It probably has some crappy plants in it or something.
Garm, remind me to send you basically what my dorms looked like sophomore year, because
Will do.
you've basically described them except for fewer rooms in each suite. So, grats.
Also, I put Ash's name, so you guys can put which room you guys are in, text-wise.
Excellent.
Considering,
Okay.
Alright, yeah, I'm just looking at the map trying to determine what all you guys can see out your windows. You can see the docking terminal, which, from your perspective, basically looks like it's up a mountain from you, except that mountain kind of encircles the entire place because vast habitat is a giant fucking cylinder. You can't quite see to the other side, so it kind of looks like you've got about a half a circle of upward rocky slope. Beyond that, you can probably see some, machinery and whatnot. You can see the tram cable. There's probably a direct connection between here and that. You can see some sciencey buildings off to your east at the bioscience complex for the cylinder. I'm not sure what. Oh no, I know exactly what scale this map is at because there's a fucking legend on it. I am very good at the things I do. Anyway, you can see a bit of Mew Island and Circle Lake. I don't think you can quite see Babasta City, but that's life. Other than that, you can see, some land coral formations, weird fucking pink trees, all that kind of fun shit. Anything in particular you're curious about with reference to the windows? Because I worry when you guys ask about windows.
Did they have bars? Do they open all the way? I'm almost certain that they do not.
They probably know to both. Please do not throw your housemates out windows.
That's usually why they don't
Well,
know. Though it's not. Yeah, alright.
I think at least a part of that is not so much throw the housemates, but throw things out the windows.
I mean, Karu also pointed out, well, Garm, how else are they going to escape their dorms after curfew?
It's okay, you all took fucking demolitions and hacking and shit.
I did
I'm
not
sure.
take demolitions, thank you very much.
I'm sure.
I am refined.
I mean, I can just kind of meld into the floor.
Oh, right. I was going to ask this last time. Garm, how many people can fit on a scooter? If you squish, can you get 2?
Yeah. Also, you can only pay through smart matter. Basically, Osiren buildings.
Oh, these aren't Osiren buildings?
These are actual, like, human constructed structures. Although some old parts of your school almost certainly are.
Because with Meld, it says using this ability, they can walk through Osiren smart matter or solid fog walls, sink through floors, etc.
Yes, floors are made of smart fog or smart matter.
Okay.
Yes, in the unfortunate mistakes of the Timoshenko Academy staff, probably some parts of the university are made of smart matter, maybe some parts of the high school.
Oh.
The parts with all the mechanical stuff, and the fusion reactor, and the fabrication stuff.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh,
But your dorms, you cannot in fact sneak into the girls' locker room using Meld.
What? Why would I do
Why
that?
would you want to do that? There are far more interesting things to do.
Cannot answer that question on Twitch. So, do you guys have anything else you want to do on moving in day?
Question why the 4 of us were put in a dorm together?
Yeah.
Reasons.
So, fun fact. My roommate and I were in the same room because our birthdays were 2 days away from each other. And the 2 people next door to me had the same first name as I did. I can promise you that there is a reason, and it's very stupid.
I mean, yeah.
We don't know what it is, but I'm sure there's a reason. I'm sure it's very dumb and has to do with, like, let's pick some random numbers. Every student has a number, and let's, like, throw them at a dartboard or something.
It could well be dartboard.
Or, hey, this one spells boobs in a calculator.
This just makes me really glad I didn't actually ever stay in dorms in college.
I mean, I actually liked my roommate, despite the fact that we basically had very little in common. I got lucky. Especially the times I locked her out.
Whoops.
I was playing Smash Brothers, okay? I was busy.
It's an important pursuit. Sorry, I just saw the, like, how else are they gonna escape their dorms fucking message. You're not gonna climb down 5 fucking floors on a rope.
I could.
No.
Is that a fucking...
No.
I think Pie's
I
camera
froze.
just froze.
Kieran.
Oh.
Kieran. Do a thing,
All right.
please.
So, should we skip to the beginning of your first day of classes, my dear friends?
I think that works.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you would like to try and murder each other in the meantime, which, you could.
No.
Yeah,
I'd
lost the
rather
pie.
not.
Yeah.
Yep.
And give me a moment while I put all the windows. I think the only one who didn't move was Aster.
Oh yeah, that's helpful. No offense, Aster. You just don't have a face.
Sorry.
We'll make you like an avatar that's something derpy.
My face is in the shop this week. Should be ready 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, alright. Alright. So,
You're not going to make us do horrible icebreakers.
Why would you suggest this, Pi?
Because that was the best part of the first week of school.
were you given, like, activities on getting to know your roommates or something, Pi?
Yeah, that's what orientation is. The first week of school is get to know either people in your class, like the same year as you, or the same building as you.
Uh-huh.
That's
Like,
a thing.
We're talking about gigantic circle, toss random shit at each other, and whoever catches it has to say something about themselves. Like, we are talking super cheesy sitcom level here.
Alright, 60 awesome icebreakers for orientation and beyond. Thank you, Pi.
What? I enjoyed it.
I thought it was funny.
Exactly. I wouldn't do it all
Funny.
the time, but it was cringy and hilarious.
This looks like hell.
The only thing I remember is we had orientation for junior high for the 7th graders because, you know, it's first year in a new school. And the thing they did a week before the school year started was they actually had a huge sleepover party for every 7th grader, and you camped out in different classrooms.
What?
Yeah.
I wish we did that.
But like
No, I found
that
one.
that just basically gets all of the awkward out of the way, so it doesn't happen either in class or at the dorms. You just sort of go, oh, so where are you from, kind of thing. Instead, you get the weird stories of, yeah, I flipped a motorbike by accident and, you know, landed in a trash can or something weird.
I really expected that to end with "and landed in this school."
I mean,
And all I could
You have a scooter.
No, Pi, all I could think of all of a sudden was cow tipping.
God.
Xeno counting.
So, after you guys have your first mildly hostile interactions, you notice that there's been a sheet of paper sitting on the kitchen table this whole time. Maybe making it to the fridge or something. And it says, "Hello, students. Welcome to Timoshenko Academy. I understand that you are all, that all of the students in this suite are new to Timoshenko Academy, and in accordance with the orientation principles of Timoshenko Academy, we have requested that you perform these mandatory icebreaker activities to get to know each other better."
oh,
How will they
What are
know
they?
if we do these things when no one is here to confirm that we did these supposed mandatory things?
Yeah, who found this paper?
That
The
was
person
probably
who
Adrian's.
wanted to make cookies.
Oh yeah. By the way, I'm probably following you around with a notebook, writing down like everything you've either fucked up or done strangely. You're not special. I'm going to do this to everyone. You just happen to be doing more things.
Okay. And
So,
then I realized that the only
what
thing
is
that we
that?
have.
What's up? Hi.
There's a clicking coming through my headphones.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
So the activity listed on the paper is 2 truths and a lie.
You know, Garm, you could have warned us about this kind of thing beforehand, since, you know, planning out characters.
It's okay. I would have warned you, but I hadn't planned this.
Uh-huh. The DM
Both
way.
of you would assume he plans anything.
Yeah. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants as much as you guys are. If you really want, we can go on like a quick break or something while you try and come up with your 2 truths and a lie.
Actually, that would be good because I still don't know where that clicking is coming from, and I might have to restart something.
Okay.
All right.
Give me a moment, and then Garm, do you want to do the spiel for?
you can back us on Patreon and give us money, or support us on Twitch and give us money, because we use money to pay for these lights and the food that we eat, and it's really helpful to keep me alive. Please, Patreon.
And we'll be right back. And we are back.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Centauri Knights School Days 2 Truths and a Lie, introducing yourself to your Sweetmates edition. So, where we left off, you guys had not agreed to play 2 Truths and a Lie, but it's mandatory. How grumpy are you all about this?
I'm just more confused and like, I guess we can do this thing. I don't know how they enforce this when we're in our rooms, but okay. And then I just am trying to frantically think, what the fuck do I say?
Not too upset, really. I'm just not gonna sit next to him.
Oh.
I think Adri's got the hardest time here. Given that Adri doesn't remember anything.
I mean, things have happened to him since then.
Yeah, but I mean, the funniest thing is I've already got what I was gonna say of the group.
You've got like what, 3 days of experiences? Like, oh yeah, I ate Xeno Doritos for breakfast this morning. Is that truth or a lie? Alright. So who would like to go first as you all settle in around the living room?
I'll go first.
Alright, Jenny,
All
what
right.
are your... Go for it.
I set a 5 megawatt drive core into overload and blew up my last little shop. I'm left-handed, and I like bourbon.
You are not left-handed.
Is that what everyone agrees on?
No, I think you don't like bourbon. I think that you like bourbon. Last one.
I hate bourbon.
Alright, Adri. By the holy writ of 2 Truths and a Lie, you are next.
Alright. I came from Earth, but during transport my brain was slightly damaged, and I don't remember anything before I got here. I was told that it was possible to regain my memories by having a dream jewel implanted, so I got one. And when I'm not in school, I'm going to be living with my parents.
You're not going to live with your parents.
No.
No, but he said his brain was damaged.
But if his brain was damaged and he thought he was getting his memories back, wouldn't his parents have just told him things if he was gonna, be living with parents?
Well, the whole quadrant of the transport that I was on damaged, and I was the only one sector survived.
I can go next.
Interesting.
I am the second kid out of 5 in my family. I learned how to drive when I was 8. And I know how to pilot a spacecraft.
You're not the second child out of 5.
I don't think you drove at 8. I think it was sooner.
I guess I'll go for spacecraft.
I learned how to drive when I was 7.
Bunker.
Alright.
Also, thank you.
This was a great idea, by the way. Thank
It was fun. Fan-fucking-tastic.
Like I said, it's absolute bullshit, but it's entertaining bullshit.
And that's basically the Midgardian motto. Now I should put my glasses back on. Hold on. Alright, Skylar, do you have
Garm!
Yes, you
Please
have
fix your glasses.
Please.
Fix your glasses!
but they're perfectly fine.
No,
Garm,
no.
no.
Please.
There, are you happy, my
Yes.
long-suffering players?
I love how when you did that, your camera briefly went in and out of focus.
Yeah, it does that. If if anything gets too close, it'll.
Oh no,
Come
I
on.
just now it's not gonna do it because it's focused on your hand.
Yeah, all right. Well, anyway, Skylar, do you have 2 truths and a lie?
Sure. Maybe.
In before 3 lies.
Awful. I built soy sauce, point at drone, or at the Tinkerbell, from scratch. I have never detonated any explosives, and I accidentally erased last year's final grades.
I'm
Well-
gonna say you didn't erase any grades.
Well, considering he's soy sauce, I don't think you built him from scratch.
Scratch, sorry.
Oh, I don't think that.
Jenny's gonna look you up and down in a few minutes. Be like,
Sorry?
she's gonna look you down for a few minutes and then be, pretty sure it's the explosives part.
Sorry, Esther?
You keep cutting out near the end of your
At the end.
sentence.
I'm pretty sure it's the explosives part.
You're right. Don't get used to it. I'm sure that doesn't happen often.
Oh, that's mean.
Was it?
Huh.
It was true.
On what basis?
Oh man, can I hack into the records to see if she's any good at school?
Not right now, but that's certainly something you can attempt before tomorrow.
I will bring you your evidence. Worry not.
Okay, then.
Can you turn your head all the way around?
Once.
I can turn someone else's head all the way around.
Please don't.
I'd rather you didn't.
I'm saying I could.
Fair enough.
Y'all scare me.
Self. Do not turn someone's head all the way around.
It'll kill them.
Apparently killing them is bad.
Yes.
Do you guys have any other fun activities you would like to partake in before your first day of classes? I can go find you more of those if you want.
I don't care.
I don't care.
Sure.
Wait, hang on. Before we do that, I would like... Okay. The paper says that we have to do this because it's mandatory for some policy program, correct?
Yep.
You are not one of my roommates.
Sorry.
Yes, apparently. That's why we did it.
Uh-huh.
Did you see any cameras while you were in here?
Garm. Did we?
Let me go look at your skills.
I would also like to be looking around as I say this.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure once I bring attention to it, people will try and find one,
Mm-hmm.
if we haven't already.
Yeah, I'm gonna be looking, and so is Fia.
And
If you have burglary or computers, give me a roll for that. If you
Okay.
have specialization in intrusion or something like that.
I do.
I know, I'm looking at your sheet. You can use that.
How does one roll for this?
Yeah.
Because I believe we're not supposed to roll the button.
I don't actually remember if the buttons work right. Hold on, Sean. I'm going to abuse your sheet for a sec.
It's not correct. I can already tell you that.
Son of a bitch.
And that's
No, it's right.
Oh yeah, I remember why these didn't work. Because none of the things it does are correct. All right.
It's supposed to be under a certain thing, correct?
Yeah, it's supposed to be under your whatever the relevant stat is.
And programming is a
So,
mind
like, this
stat.
one would be if 2d6 plus 2 is under.
It would be
Or is
minus, I think.
Minus.
Okay,
Yeah.
if 2d6 minus 2 is under 6 plus 1, or.
Under whatever your.
Because it met my mind stat.
Hold on, I'm gonna figure out what shows first.
Yeah.
You should have -3 because you have the
Oh,
intrusion thing.
okay, so then it's under.
Yes. So minus the level and then an additional -1 if you have a specialization that fits. And then that should be below your, I guess, mind in all of these cases.
Uh-huh. And it was
Just
a 5,
straight
which
mind?
is under mine.
Okay. So. The level, and then 1 if it's a specialization.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm just writing this down.
It's okay. First and second edition BESM is weird.
Curiously, are these cameras also operated by an AI?
I haven't told you if there's cameras yet.
What
Uh-huh.
were the options you said for specializations?
For specialization, like security, burglary, intrusion. If you're looking at one and wondering, feel free to ask. I don't actually have all of them memorized.
Okay. Well, Thea luckily
See.
has intrusion / security, so I'll roll
Oh
for
shit,
her.
I have that.
Why do you
Wow.
all have that?
Why not?
Electronics.
Yeah, sure.
I was in charge of
Real
making
fucking
sure that
relevant.
things were secure at the farm.
Scar.
I don't know if I did this right, but I'll try.
Oh. Well, I think this guy is best at this. Even if I,
I mean,
managed.
it's a binary pass or fail, I believe, but
Mhm.
yeah. Jenny, I'm gonna guess you failed. Yeah. Okay. Ash, did you succeed?
What is it versus?
Your mind.
My mind is, unfortunately I don't have Fia's, but hers should be at least the same as mine, so 6.
Can't remember if it meets pass or fail. Hold on. Right, this book is organized horrifically. I forgot.
Uh-huh.
Lol.
I'm sure 4th edition is going to be better than that.
Because it couldn't get much
Oh,
worse.
real high bar.
Where the
Shut
fuck
up,
is
phone.
skill checks? Is there a skill system, do you think? That's where a reasonable person would put it, so I'm betting no.
Are you looking in the Centauri Knights one or the main one?
The main one.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
You're
I
fine.
swear I am broadly familiar. Oh, it's not binary pass or fail. Skill checks. Here we fucking go. Several sections later. This game is magical. Oh my god, this goes on forever. All right. Please, I beg you, just tell me how it works.
Eventually.
I think it's roll under, going from a deleted Reddit comment.
Yeah, all right, sounds good.
But why was it deleted?
Deep knowledge. We're not supposed to know.
Or
All right.
If I find it, I'll let you know.
All right. Well, anyway, Sky and Adri, or Is it Adri or Audrey?
Adri.
Adri. Sky and Adri. There were no cameras in here.
What? Okay.
Is there anything that would
As far as you can tell, there are...
surveillance-wise?
As far as you can tell, no.
They're not using nanites, are they?
How common is that?
Human technology doesn't quite get it down to nanite scale. Anything human is still going to be visible. Like the lower end of things humans can build is like maybe mosquito sized.
Yeah, well, doesn't mean that there's not the off chance that somebody could have an active dream jewel.
I mean, mostly works for Bye.
What? Oh, cat.
You okay, Pi?
I've been told to stay in my room because it's not safe out there.
Okay. Should we be... No, I understand. Okay, I got it.
Well, good.
Alright, anyway. Problems you may also have to deal with in Centauri Nights.
I'm just testing something to see if it works.
For sure.
Macro.
That didn't work right. Try that again.
Nope.
Look, man, I'm not gonna introduce students barging into their fucking dorm room. That'd be weird, Carter. Although, yes, a broader orientation activity would probably be the better thing to do, but it's too late
No, 20.
now.
Get rid of that. Why won't that go away?
Anyway, most of the other orientation activities look like they would suck ass to try and do like this.
Alright.
Okay.
Unfortunately. Would you guys like to skip to the next morning?
I think so.
Sure.
So, the next morning, you guys manage to eventually drag yourselves out of bed. I assume this is a more difficult task for some of you than the others.
I like to think I sleep on top of the sheets and just smooth them out.
I just assume that you just, like, stood there for 8 hours.
That's also hell on joints.
Well, is there a wall socket that you could plug into? Because don't you have to, like, recharge?
Well, bold of you to assume I don't also do that while I'm laying on the bed.
I mean...
Fair point.
Got, like, a little micro USB port on your ankle or something?
No. It's probably one of those USB dock things where you just lay down and you don't actually have to be plugged in.
Absurd.
So probably all night you heard sort of light ratcheting sounds and sound of metal sort of lightly tapping. And she is already in the breakfast room, which is the kitchen, in quotes.
Kitchen.
Probably hasn't slept, so Jenny is tired.
What did you do all night?
Assembled my own furniture.
Hellish, okay.
Yeah, kind of.
Alright, so how many of you are going to shove toast in your mouth and run because you're late? Out of curiosity.
I'm not going to be late. I was up in time.
Yeah, I was going to say, depending on how well I slept, which is probably not very, I was probably up not long after Jenny. Maybe even a little before. Or rather, in the kitchen area.
All right. Do you guys want to talk a bit while you eat breakfast? Or just head off to school?
Adri probably tries to make conversation, gives up eventually because Jenny's probably not having any of it.
You can have a conversation where she just kind of looks at you. It doesn't have to be with
That's not a conversation.
her.
Well, you all seem like well-adjusted people with absolutely no problems, so
Mhm.
onwards to high school.
Where things are just gonna get worse.
Yeah, absolutely. So you show up to as you head towards the high school, you notice there's a bit of a commotion out front.
What?
There are students, standing out in front of the front doors, not milling around in quite the way you expect. They all seem to be looking at something. And as you approach, you see that there's in fact a bunch of spray paint on the main doors. It reads "Humans Go Home," and then has a symbol of an eye beside it.
Do I have any idea what that symbol means?
Yeah, what the heck?
Let me find a quick description of it for you. So it looks kind of like an eye with a bunch of eyeliner going kind of like a little spiral under it, a kind of tear-like pattern, an eyebrow. Jenny, you're familiar with it.
Very.
You've all probably seen it on the news at some point. It's the symbol of the Eye of Re, which is I'm trying to think of a politically neutral description. I suppose it would be fair to say anti-human terrorist organization. Or the only people who care about the, sacred, graveyard world, or that's probably more what they'd call themselves, but...
Interesting.
And you said this was paint?
Spray paint, yes.
So,
I'm just gonna say, sign. Well, that's not helpful. And see if I have anything to clean it off with.
Probably not. But after a few moments, you see a man about, call him 6'5", in a suit walk out from the school. He looks around at the crowd. He's got, dark skin, kind of blondish hair. You can't quite tell what color his eyes are from this distance. And he goes, Children, there is nothing to worry about. This is a minor act of vandalism. This is not how I had hoped to start this year, but I suppose, since you're already here, we may as well have our beginning of the year assembly right here. And you can hear his voice. It's unusually loud. It sounds like it's not really coming from quite where he is. Kind of like it's coming from all around the building. My name is Headmaster. It is a pleasure to meet all of you. And, his head kind of moves in ticks like it's from, clockwork or something, as he kind of looks around the crowd. Just dimly unnatural motion, or like he might have some sort of, neuromuscular thing going on. Incidents of vandalism like this are quite uncommon, and it is deeply unfortunate that some ruffians have decided to play this terrible prank upon our school's lovely architecture. Everything is safe. Everything is fine. If you'll just proceed to one of the side entrances to the school, we can get this day underway, and I look forward to a productive year of wonderful relationships with each and every one of you. Welcome to Timoshenko Academy.
play the intro.
Yeah, 30 seconds of shots of, various characters, riding motorcycles along the sea, flocks of seagulls, two of you, naked, one red, one blue, going by each other like that,
Also, people running across the screen. You can't forget that.
People running across the screen. No, that's the ending. That's always like the first shot of the ending from this
Okay,
era.
fine. Don't forget the pan up. Like you have a shot and then it
Pan up,
immediately goes up into the sky, and that's when the birds fly by.
Right. Birds or an air car or something. Yes. Or
Spaceship.
the I'm thinking cable tram running from one side of the complex to the other. Yeah.
Dramatically posed people that are physically impossible.
Yeah. Excuse me. I have to sneeze. This sucks. I'm good.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
It's spring. I don't normally have allergies, but apparently I get allergies this year. Go fucking team.
It's not
It's
spring.
almost fall.
Yeah, Garm, it's summer.
It's late summer.
Holy shit! It's fucking July.
Dude,
It's almost
tomorrow's the start of August.
Tomorrow is August.
Tomorrow is August, Garm.
Really makes you think.
Oh god.
Huh. Happy August, everybody.
Happy,
happy.
halfway through the year already.
I think we're more than halfway, actually.
Oh, you can realize that.
Hey, fuck off. I appreciate the setup, though. That's good. You're good at this. You're also a son of a bitch. But and as you're all standing there in like vague confusion, you see several other identical people kind of like start trying to usher people off to the various side entrances to the school.
Hey, Garm, do they look kind of androidy? Or
I came so close to saying give me a perception check, but that's not. You can't really tell. Unfortunately, they're all wearing like full classical suits. They're very smartly dressed. Some of them may have differently colored ties, but beyond that, they're all identical. So either somebody well, I guess cloning is a thing.
Mm-hmm. Cloning is a thing, but you said that their heads were kind of, or that the headmaster's head was kind of ticking.
Yeah, they all kind of move a little strangely. It's
that's kind of why I was asking.
Yeah, it's almost like, you know, when you're watching a really low budget show and they kind of like run over the budget to do in between frames. So it's just like every motion is very
well, that's unfortunate.
Stiff. Yes.
You mean the first season of Ruby?
I do mean the first season of Ruby. And given that I haven't described any of your classmates,
oh
they
god.
might just be...
First season of Ruby.
It's okay, the newscasts will not be DeviantArt quality pictures. I like Ruby. Well, I like the second and third seasons of Ruby. Anyway, you probably have weirder hair than anybody else, I'm sure. Actually, wait, none of you have only Adri has weird hair, I think.
Well, it's because it's bright white, and I have like no pigment to my skin either.
Yeah.
And you know the creepy glowing thing in his forehead.
Yeah, that matches my eyes.
You are almost certainly the only member of the student body with that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like everybody is pretty much baseline human. Nobody has freaky augments because it's none that you can see, at least. It's expensive. It's hard to get if you're under 18. Although I'm sure that will change as the year goes on.
Which makes it very,
so
very
is the
interesting.
student body mostly human, android, or a mix of both?
Androids are very, very rare.
Unless they're apparently staff.
Yeah. I mean, in your case, you, as far as I'm aware, have like only your single body, which is probably also unusual. Most AI tend to require more processing, like tend to be kind of centralized, I guess you would put it. Whereas they would have like an avatar body. As far as I and you are aware, you're just you. Yes, Pi?
As far as I and you are aware.
Yes. Sorry, as far as me and thee are aware. That is the face of somebody very happy about my grammar. Yes, thou hast thine body and none others, as far as thou art aware.
Okay, so we're all being.
How to fuck up campaign in less than 5 minutes flat.
Oh, please. You don't even need 5
Yeah,
minutes. You can do it in 3.
It's true.
So we're being basically herded off to a side door.
Yeah, I heard it away from the ominous graffiti. I'm not really sure why. It's just graffiti. My school got graffitied where I was in junior high, and we went through that door, but, it's the future.
Wait, only
How
once?
much do we believe him? Or this nebulous voice?
Oh, that's up to you.
Not
Do
very
you not
much.
trust the headmaster?
Not at this point.
So what are you gonna do?
Distrust authority?
And follow the rest of the student body into the side door to actually get into said school.
All right. So I didn't prepare quite as much as I should for this session. So I think we're going to end on ominous message, and
Okay.
Works for me.
yeah, I think we'll call it a short session. Hopefully, I'll have more things for you guys to actually do next time.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry for the short session, everybody, but
It's alright.
That's alright. It
I
happens.
think Nat was just kind of introducing each other to each other
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
character dynamics.
gives me a little bit more to work off of for the future,
And like,
also sorry.
tone, I guess.
Yeah, and just setting up the universe and all that fun stuff.
God.
So
I'm
thank
just
you for
looking.
watching.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, everybody. And I'm gonna leave you in the hands of somebody called Ganyor and Sim, apparently.
Have a good night.
Good night.
See ya.